my mic turned down the whole time I've had it down. The introduction's been lost because I'm unprofessional and I don't know what I'm doing. I should have checked my mic, shouldn't I? It's probably a bit loud for you. Yeah, big up, mate. Nice to see you in the box here, OSD. Yeah, so I was just saying this drum machine here is an antique. It's a bit of an antique. I think it's been knocking around since Logic 6 or 7, or is it 8? Who cares? Anyway, well, I put some percussion in. And we're just going to change this kit here and then like delete this pattern just to put a clear one on down there. Let's use E. Not use E's, I mean, yeah, there we go. I can hear myself now. I'll turn my other device down, but I can hear myself monitored now clearly. Maybe a ride. What about the old school ride? Yeah, maybe that. Let's try a bit of that then. So let's put the offbeat ride in. Bosh, like a pro. Now, will it whiplash or not? I'm not sure. Let's see if it whiplashes or not. Let's put a little bit of probability of velocities at least there. So there's a little bit, well, fixed velocities on a timeline. Right, that echo is definitely. Now the problem with the Logic Echo there, especially this classic one, is that you get a delay. I know it is a delay, but you get a delay as in the time bus, and I've never been happy with this delay, so I was just fucking around with this for a second. But I'll turn it off. Let's just try it on these ones here. Here's one I made earlier. That's a bit loud. Let's turn it back down. See this little nipple here? I'm going to move this from nipple to butt. This is. I'm going to just build up the size of the butt there, like Weird Science. Think of Weird Science there, and I like a bit more of a pert shape there. Nice. We get to see what that does when I bring this up. I'm probably going to maybe automate that later, but it's being a bit shit, to be honest, because this is probably not the best tools to use in 2023, but I'm just playing around here. Here we go. That was it really. So if I move this around, I get a little bit more of a resonant ring, so I can tweak that around a bit and maybe just take it down a tad. That's it, done. Right, for all you reverb purists out there, I'm going to use the built-in reverb that comes with all Apple computers. Where are you? It's in here, and it is in there, and it is called Matrix Reverb, and it's pretty good, I think. I use it all the time. Why not here? Put a little bit of reverb on turn these ride stands to do a bit of clanging. Let's sort this out here, look, sort that one out. Let's get a bit of a tail on this. That's all I want, is a bit of a tail. Let's turn that up. Maybe not so much. You're deafening us with your reverb tail. Let's try a preset. Now I've got one set here, like infinite reverb, which I like. Let's try that. Maybe that's a bit too much, but I don't mind that, to be honest. I like a big long tail. That's it. And maybe I will just set the mix down a bit more bite on it there. That'll do. It's going to be in the mix. It's only a little thing to turn up now and again, and I got that and I got that. The rest of it's all the live hardware that I already recorded. So everything live hardware on this track. Now I've got to edit this beginning bit off, so let's just get rid of that out of the way. Now, so you can see I chopped all this lot up and took out a bit of dead wood, and I've still got a ton of it. So I've got a load to do at the end, but I think this was a bit repetitive at the end, so I'm gonna mangle through that in a minute. But at the minute I was gonna try and just see if there was anything useful at the beginning there. I don't think there's. I'll come back to that in a minute because I played that a few times, but I'm gonna go from here. Or not. There we go. Easier to do this, I think. Just move that to there. Get the idea. So we're gonna not do it so harshly, but bring some of that in just as a bit of additional bollocks. So plus we can base our timing off of this antique drum machine built into Logic there, because it's pretty tight. Look, and then if I bring up I can do some automation on this with this swing. Look, check it. Or can you? I think you can. I'm hoping you can. Anyway, you can be a bit more subtle than that, but yeah, you get the idea. And then there's something there and something there as well, so get rid of that. All sounds good in the mix. And then we got our ride cymbals. So we got a ride, and we got this ticky hi-hat. So maybe the ride needs tuning a bit. We'll worry about any of that later. It's not really a big part of it. Once I've done the main editing, I'll know these are a couple of little builds I'll put on the main thing. But most of the drums are done in the live set anyway. Then it's a lot better than what I could achieve using the silly old antique plugin. But what I will do is I'll put a filter on this hi-hat. So I'm going to do that straight away. And just use the built-in filter, nothing fancy. So there's somewhere, I can't remember, there it is, filter, auto filter, and just put that on. And I might have the odd one in there, it's a long swing. Same thing for the others. I'll just put that in there, give it a bit of movement. Otherwise, yeah, that'll do. And then, like, I'll put, of course it'll do. there's another one like a 32 bar variation of that, and that I've already knocked up. There we go, and there's a different one there, so there's a slightly different movement on that one. Not being pedantic or pentatonic, whatever. 6 bars is the first one, and then that one can change as well, so let's have that one on something else as well. Or was that 32? I'm getting confused. I don't know. Right, let's have a look. That one is on 32 and that one is on 6. Yeah, and then that one is on 5. Now what I might do is have the reverb after the filter and put the filter there, which means, you know, it means what it means. It means the filter will carry the reverb tails will be above after the filter. So if I'd done a harsh sweep, then it would ring out in the reverb. So, but it's just a clasher anyway. It's a clang. It's a clang, and the tape delay probably gonna get rid of on that anyway, because like I say, it's a bit of a. Let's just mute it out of the way. In fact, I'll get it out of the way completely. There's a better plug-in for that, so I'll wait for that, and then I'll put the filter there. There we go. It sounds like that needs to be. Let's just isolate that a minute, like, because this filter has changed the pan. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna change it from that to something else. Dirty tonk. That's better. I just want something a bit more subtle. That's it, and that's timed in alright. Yeah, you are a techno god, Duke. I feel like Harry Miles, or whatever his name was, Christopher Miles? No, the other guy. Children. Not paedophile. That's it, so we got a little bit of stuff there. It's just like keep everyone happy. And then there's a load of this acid bollocks over it to piss everyone off. So what I'll do is go forward a few bars now. That's established. This one's just got a meter on, by the way. There's nothing happening on the master. There's nothing crazy happening there. Hopefully it's not crashed. Stupid bloody computers. Is it doing anything? I should be ordering a kebab probably by now. Signal, pick up, mate. Nice one. My spinning wheel has stopped. Let's continue. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate that I know how to set up some keyboard shortcuts. However, it does help if I'll tell you, there's some stupid things in Logic which is, I don't know really why they don't improve. Like, for instance, you've got this where you select bars, right? Well, why not have 16 bars, 32 bars? You know, this list can be a lot fucking longer than that, can't it? So why not, you go bars, yeah, that's obvious. But why not 16, 32 and say 64 bars? Just saying. Wouldn't it be a lot easier to swipe it, and so I wouldn't have had to have done that, right? Are you with me? All that time programming, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they leave out literally, you know, why? Now I've got a button over here now, look, I can move that backwards and forwards now, although I fucked up and it's not even, see what I mean? So like, that is just wasting my time now, because it's actually supposed to be there. Or is it there? I think it's supposed to be there. There's probably a better way of doing that, but at the end of the day, look, you can see the frustration building up. Why? And also, if I set that to the beginning, then obviously, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and counting them like a novice. And should it go to this? I think it should. I think it should go to there. Because it's 256, isn't it? And end of 256, 257, right? Everyone knows that. So when I skip forward, I know it's X amount of bars, but that's sort of way I'd work it. So I'm going to go from there, right? I would say a breakbeat needs to come in there, minimum. So it's whack it on that track, paste them in, and I've got, these are just rollers at the minute, so let's see what happens when I introduce some breaks. Can chop it in just using the fader, you know. I mean, that ain't hard, is it? But look, there's a lot more to do on that. Let's see if I've got the, well, what I'd prefer to do is bus it out. So I'll bus out that, bus it out. So I'll stick it on 10, right, for drums. So bus 10 for drums. And then on bus 10, see, if I wanted to put these hi-hats on the drums as well, specifically the sticks there, I could bust that out to 10 as well, bosh. And then on bus 10, traditionally the MIDI channel 10 is used for drums, by the way. So I've just, whatever the convention is for you, you can do it. It don't have to be bus 10. Maybe it could be the 279 to Walthamstow. So, or the 303. There is a 303 somewhere. I think that's West London. I'd like to know why my bus is not working at the minute. The bus is broken down, like Sadiq Khan's Yulz, London Transport Bankruptcy Part 3. Oh, for those of you that don't know, on the live stream here, you've got like a heart and some happy faces like that. And it pings up and down, and it's annoying, and it gets in the way. But when you do that, it's a bit like the rip-off of TikTok. And basically, you tap on them buttons like I'm doing there, and you get loads of this. Improves the health of the stream, and then other people may come and do it. So just everyone hit that button. Do it now. Yeah. I'm not sure if anyone did hit that button already, but yeah, I've only just learnt that. So I'm going to put in my favourite little emoji. There it is. Bosh. Damn it. I messed up. It does that every time because, yeah, YouTube, the layout is a bit of a pig, and because they're, rather than innovating, they're copying, and they're making it a bit of a shit. So basically there you do that, and it's highly censored. Right, there we go. So you tell me why my buses didn't work a minute ago, but since I pressed stop and then play again, then they started working. So it must be a little bit of a bug, or was it because the timeline wasn't on the breakbeat and I'm an idiot and I didn't have the fader up? Probably that as well. That's it. Now I've got that bus, I'm going to stick an effect on there. And the one I'm looking for, which is a paid copy, by the way, and not a rip-off. Which I can't remember what it's called. Is it in here? Yes, it's half time. And I bet you any money it's not registered because I've only just set this computer up. So let's try it. Half time. Oh, it might be registered because I've got the license key in the correct place. Is it working? It might be working. I don't know. Because I like doing half time and I like doing some stutters. But other than that, I just like rollers. Anything more complicated, I leave to John. Right, it's just, I'm going to loop this up, this bit. Let's just loop that bit. So I mean, just with that we can get quite a lot of variation. But what I would do is I would set this up on automation on the little, I've got these little cheap controllers in front of me that I can set that up with to do some real-time control over this, and also like you'll notice that when you use this it just kills all the treble, so I mean that's natural. But I can, when I use a if I set it up with the mapping in Logic's a bit of a shit, to be honest, but so I'll keep it very simple. But if I was to bring that in, I might want to boost the EQ a little bit, or just basically move this, say I had a curve there or something like that, is just put a curve in like that, and say like down there, like you won't hear that curve because there's nothing really down there. But then like if I was to move the knob for the half time, then I bring that curve up there, and then it will boost. You with me? Or I could have it up there and it'll boost somewhere around here, if you know what I mean. Let's demonstrate that. Duke demonstrates it, but in real time without actually automating it or setting up the controller yet, because I can't be asked. See what I mean? So just that little boost there's enough to sort of get back what they should have just put an EQ curve filter in here, like a parametric, like that is just a one band parametric, and add an envelope curve maybe. Yeah. So that look, the halftime boys, good job, but yeah, that. I mean, why not put an LFO on it as well, right? So what we really need is a parametric with an LFO on it there. Now that would be easy in Ableton and Renoise, but in this, no. No, it's not. To do that in here, you would have to use a filter and then engage that using this and whatever. I don't want to really get into using that. What I'm here to do is actually edit my live stuff rather than fuck around with all that. But anyway, I will fuck around just for a minute longer, because I want to hear these other breakbeats as well. Yeah, I mean, I can fuck around with that, but it's better to set this up live, and then you can do this, at least what controls are on there. And obviously, I don't really like the way that Logic. There is a stupid thing that they've done in Logic for some reason, an oversight of the way that. Let's see if we can figure it out, right? I mean, I don't want to do that, but let's just see. I'll prove to you that there's something missing in Logic, whereas in Ableton you can do it, and in Renoise you can do it very easily, which means you can pull up an LFO in Renoise, right, and then control any parameter like that, like I've just shown you on that one. Obviously, it's just very easy stuff in it. There it is, the parametric. We want to control that. There may be two LFOs to go up and down. Yeah, that's it. X, Y. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Oh, is it? Answers in the chat box, please. But basically, there is your sends. So you can send to, like, if you wanted to send it to an auxiliary, right? You know all that, but we don't want to do that. We just want to control this EQ's parameter. Well, I don't think there's a way of doing it in here without really getting the nitty gritty of getting into the back end of Logic, basically, which is what I don't want to do. But there is a MIDI effect. So on the MIDI tracks, it's different. So you've got, see, if I go up here, you notice that you've got MIDI effects. But MIDI effects don't work on audio tracks, so it's like, oh, well, that's shit, isn't it? because that effect is on an audio track. See what I mean? See, it's kind of like, well, why did they do that? Because on the, for instance, let's do it on this ride was the other candidate for that sort of business, right? And there it is. There's me hump, right? So let's automate that hump. There's the MIDI effect, and then I think there was one in here called something. I think it's called this modulator, which basically means LFO in code word. There it is. And then you would somehow you need to map this to that parameter, so I'm not quite sure or remember how to do it, to be honest. Let's see if we can remember how to do it. Now there's a factory defaults. This just means it's going to change the setup. This turns that on and off. We don't really need that. We just need this one LFO, and I do want it on this waveform. And I do want like it to be probably skewed that way a bit. Probably want it a little bit lower than 100%, and probably want the cycle. Well, that is actually not what I expected. It seems to make it more like digital. And then I probably want it free running rather than, I don't want it to re-trigger or anything. But where's the destination? All right, so is it down here? MIDI channel. So where is this? Where is the? You know what I mean? They don't make it easy for you. I've been doing it 30 years and I can't remember how to do it. Well, I've not used this function a lot because I'm normally using audio tracks, and obviously you can't map this to an audio track cross-wired. See, like in Reason, you could do that. You could grab the LFO and you flip round the back, grab the cable and patch it into any other track, right? No worries. I mean, you can do it in this as well, but you have to get into the back end, and it's getting a bit beyond this lecture. Someone's saying, "Oh, Jerk, you only have to press a couple of buttons now, and you just don't know what you're doing, you idiot." But that's the whole point. I should be able to look at this as a professional twat and say, right, there's the knob or the send, like I can on Renoise. There'll be like a send setting, map it to press what key, you know, whatever. So where, you tell me where it is in this. Get a manual out and read it. No, I don't want to hear that. I want to not read the manual. Let's check the chat box to see if anyone knows. Let's just lift my glasses. I'm sure this is all spam, helps the health of your stream content. I don't mind. Just keep hitting the button. You guys do a good job. Just gonna take my scarf off. My neck was sore today and my foot was hurting, and then bad news again. But so I don't quite understand how you map it from here, or where the tool is to do it. I mean, is that it? No, that just collapses the bar. This title bar. So what is it actually modulating? Oh, to mod wheel. Right, okay. My bad. Now, should I not be able to choose the plugin and then just see on Renoise? You would just choose the plugin, and that's it, right? But no, on this it's like, oh shit. So I'm assigned to mod wheel, which is probably not ideal. But if I do MIDI learn, is that learning now? And then like press that one. Is that it? I don't think it has, is it at all? I think it's way complicated more than it needs to be, and like a bit like, oh, I might as well just use the filter LFO separate standalone to do this job then, right? Rather than this. Or considering I can't even do that on an audio track anyway, it's only on the MIDI track, and if I could do it on there, then yeah, it's just, like I say, they're a bit, the way they've got this set up is very old school MIDI, and things need to be mapped to the mod wheel or your 127 controllers, which is fine, but how do you then map the EQ, for instance, which probably doesn't have, is it mappable? Do you know what I mean? Is that mappable? So I'm sure it is, but it's a separate process to then map that to mod wheel. Do you get me? So it's like, and if I want to use mod wheel for something else, then I better put that on a different controller. For instance, put this one to channel 14 and then map that one to 14 somewhere. Well, I'm going to have to get the door, so I'm going to just play the music for a bit longer, let everyone scratch their heads on that, because it is a head scratcher. Wow, what a drum roll. So what about if we do a break and then bring the things in there? Now, I need to order a kebab or two. 2 kebabs coming up, chicken and lamb shish, live on the rave dump. We order our takeaway food to be delivered. Right, that's no good. We're going to go one more forward, so like that. Yeah, so re-noise is so much more superior with the front end, back end. I mean, people can argue, oh, it's just you don't know how to do it. But yeah, they've made it, like, for instance, if you've got controllers in Logic set up and then you move, like, for instance, a fader around here, or you move, like, or add or remove groups and shit, or, like, insert channels, or it all fucks it up, basically. It doesn't auto remap itself to where you would expect it. It does it. It works in banks, and it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit shit. So you can do quite a, I mean, you can set up all this mapping, like hours of setting up mapping on a controller, and then find out that you've just added an extra bus or something auxiliary, and it's fucked up everything after the first 8. You know, it just. You'll find out if you ever, just don't do it. You always use Ableton for that kind of thing, and or Renoise, because they just work. And I think you'll find on both of them, if you add a channel or remove one or whatever you want to do, shift this around, for instance, like that. After you've done your mapping, it will automatically move the mapping around logically. Like, well, Logic's not that Logic when it comes to mapping. It's a bit of an antique. Although there's a load of stuff built in to do mapping, it's old convoluted, overcomplicated bullshit, basically. Yeah, anyway. Stop moaning and get on with it. Look, anyone that pretends that wiggling this around is like there is talent in it, just shut up. Look, it's all the other shit to get to this point is where the talent's at. I mean, right, let's do it again. Let's go over here and prove what Duke's saying. See how good I am. Like, what do you call that? Breakcore. I'm gonna call them that. I'll do that. All that sort of thing can be embellishment in the final mix down, but you can do this as well. So when you see the famous DJs doing all that, don't think it's like harder than that. I mean, I can. This is the real shit over here in this mix down here. Look. There's a latency. Look, check it out. I don't know where it's come from. Now let's figure out where that latency's from. The latency you can hear now between the tracks and the drum machine. So look, I can turn the drum machine up there. There's 4 tracks of drum machine. Right, and you can hear this latency, right? I was thinking, what's going on with that? But the latency for the drum machine is all the same, right? So it's not the drum machine versus the drum machine is okay, but versus the audio is no good. So whatever plugin I inserted, which I think is this halftime, maybe. But something's added the thingy. There's the remix tool as well. But that's on the main bus, so I wouldn't have thought that would cause it, would it? Let's turn that off. I'll actually move that to a different track. I'll move that to the the bus there instead. Oh right, what might be is I've not actually shifted this track. It's Joke, you're such an idiot. You're such an idiot, Joke. See this? It's way off the beginning, so that's going to be not in time, that's why. I've just not edited that yet. What I've done is some rough cuts, and then it's not been timed, if you know what I mean, so that does need shifting. And again, I've highlighted how stupid I am by... right, see this one here then, so seeing as it's this chunk, let's zoom in and sort of crudely shift it to where it's supposed to be, which I believe is... I can do that with the aid of 1 millisecond shift. Or even 10 milliseconds. It's fucking way out. It's really out. Right, gonna order a kebab in a second. Hold on. That's it. It was like 10 milliseconds out. So what I'm gonna do is quickly perform this, and then we're gonna order a first ever kebab on Rave Dump TV. Yeah, stop pretending. Joke. Right, let's order this kebab. Let's order the kebab. Let's do the kebab ordering. So you want a special lamb sheesh. Right, I'm going to ring them now. The hotline is... I don't know what the number is. I have it. Extra chili sauce. So we are ordering live on first ever 992. Is it? Where's the number, hon? Right, there it is. 76. All the twos, like swans of the Queen swans. Hopefully it's not swan meat in the kebab. Fuck me, the kebab, the Indian was when you walked in. They didn't do too well. They're shut down there, but they had a stuffed swan. As soon as you walked in, I thought, oh, that's not going to go down well. The eggs are too big. Oh, can we order a delivery, please?
Delivery?
A delivery, please, mate.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Yeah, mate. I'm going to have to give my address away, but I'm going to mute the microphone. It's Rave Dump House.
Sorry?
Oh, can we have 2 kebabs, please, mate?
Is your address 340?
yeah. That's...
Address, please. Can I have your order, please?
The order, yeah. Can I have a chicken shish kebab?
Medium or large?
Is it a special shish, is it? Yeah, the large one, please, mate.
You want special chicken shish?
Yes, please, mate.
Yeah, anything else?
Yeah, can I have like what was the second one?
Special lamb shish.
A special lamb shish.
Like more mushrooms
anything
instead
else?
of bread and rice.
And can we have mushrooms and more salad instead of? She don't want no rice with that.
No rice, no bread.
No rice, no bread. Just extra shish lamb and lovely mushrooms and salad.
Right.
I'm not super keen on that, so.
No.
Yeah, no bread, yeah, mate.
Okay.
And I'll have
Wait.
yeah, mate. I'll have. Can I have instead of rice? Can I have chips with it?
Sorry, can you?
Does my one come with rice or not?
I don't know.
It comes with the rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have chips instead, mate? No rice.
For the chicken.
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, mate. Thank you.
Next week.
It's not
Chicken, you
hopefully
want
too
a
much
chicken,
trouble. Yeah. And can you? You've got chili sauce and sweet chili sauce, mate.
Chili sauce and sweet chili.
Yeah, you know, like there's one that they used to do down South End front. And it used to be the bollocks, that one. I'm not sure if they do that one here anymore.
Chili sauce, yeah?
Yes, mate. Yeah. Is that it? Or should we get a? If you got, you don't do a cheesecake thing, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Let's have one of them as well, mate. Nice one.
With chips, yeah?
Yeah, mate. Cheers, mate. Yeah. All right. Can
You want a cheesecake, yeah?
and a cheesecake, mate. Yeah. Have you ever heard of a radio station called Rave Dump FM?
Sorry?
Have you ever heard of Rave Dump FM?
Raised on?
Rave Dump FM.
No.
You
What's that?
Tune in, man. It's good. It's on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
haven't.
You have to go to ravedump.com/FM, and then you get it. You get all the music that's local in the area. Yeah,
Can you repeat again there? Raised down.
yeah. Raves at RAVE, and then DUMP.com. That's it. Ravedump.com. Yeah, just go there, mate. That's enough. Or you can do /FM and get the drum and bass. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, mate. Sweet. All right, we'll see you soon, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, mate.
Soon.
Thanks.
Give me around half an hour, I would say.
All right, nice one. I'll keep an eye out for the driver, mate. Nice one.
Thank you.
Bye, 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 bye. That's it. That's the first ever kebab that's been ordered live on Rave Dump, and probably gave me address away and have to edit it out after. But that's all right. I don't think anyone is going to come round and bother me anyway, 'cause I'm a bloody nutter. That's it. And I've got weapons. I've got a cat here that will bite your head off if you come through the door. He'll literally take your leg off. My neighbours as well. Horrible, lovely people. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know it. Big up upstairs. They're always on top of me, coming down on me from upstairs. Finding my own business at the minute here in the Rave Dump land. The time is running out again. Oh, your timing, Joe. What are you doing to me? Because I haven't edited it yet. I only just chopped it the other day. Give me a break. See, if you put that there on 10 milliseconds, I think you're going to have the same deal. Look, Bosch, 20 milliseconds and a half. That is more than shredded wheat in the morning, that's for sure. Right, Kevin? Not Kevin. Trevor. Not Trevor, the other one. Oh, fuck me. Kevin Keegan. It was Kevin. That's what I need right now. I need a Kevin Keegan hologram, or some kind of scratch card at least, with like a white dude with an afro. It slipped out again, Duke. What are you doing? That's like when I have sex. That's a bad joke. It's because it's... I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. Hopefully I will be having sex later if I don't mention sex right now and how good it is, or bad. No, it's actually quite good. I enjoy my sex life. Shut up, Duke! You're digging your hole deeper. I've got to shift this forwards. Big up, geezer bird. That's all I can say. Right, I'm going to put this in. Love ya. A lot. Should have asked you out. Don't tell her. She won't. No one's listening anyway. Who cares? Right, and the other one that doesn't talk to me, just get over it already and pick up the phone. I've got nothing to hide here. People hate me. People love me. People adore me. Literally, they show me the door. Or they open it for me. That's it. We know how to make a racket, don't we? Look at that. That is a classic racket. No doubt this runs out again. So you get the idea. We've got a lot of clips here to go through. I'll do that with the earphones on without boring everyone to death. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here, the drum machine at least, because that is affecting shit. And I'm going to skip through over here, this bit that's not being edited. I'm not going to do editing now because my neck is hurting me, and my lovely assistant is preparing dishes and a dish that is better than kebabs. Do I get a kebab tonight? Yes. Did I order my own kebab? Yes. I'm not telling you the kebab joke, not now. Anyway, there's a bit there, probably throw that away. Let's have some fun with this bit. I got my super duper buttons, so I'm going to put them on the main course there for the minute, and I'll end up with that something rather than that, but I'll do it at a later time. What was I going to do? I was going to watch Miami Vice tonight. We're on to like the fifth sequel of the fifth. There was like one episode normally, and then another one that's different, but then there was like a double bill, and then there was like a trilogy, and then there was like a quadrilogy, and now it's like we're up to like 6 episodes back to back that make sense in a row. It's like they've actually started writing a story. But yeah, normally at the end everyone's so blown up and dead that there's no one left to make a story out of, so it is different slightly in that respect, and that's why I'll come back to you in it. So that was me fiddling around trying to find a different pattern. Let's see what this is. I could really annoy my neighbours. I'm not going to do it, but I could turn it right up and get this note here. Look, let's do that. What are you saying that was rubbish? It sounded all right in the mix, that. I mean, I'm crippled here. I've got feet that are hurting. I can do that. I can press this button. Well, it's not a cowbell, I know that. So yeah, we can mess around with all these things and like pretend to be making music, or we can actually just wind through what I actually played with the instruments. Not a bad joke. I'll probably cut that bit out after though. I just like that feel. There's enough of that actually. I'll just skip through that. This bit went a bit wrong. I was just probably noodling around on the patterns there after getting what I'd done and seeing if there was something else I could rinse out last minute. And I think I turned the flanger up. So there's probably a bit where I thought, right, okay, that sounds alright, job done with the flanger. I'd have to listen through that properly to find where that is. I've got a feeling it'll probably be just after I turn the flanger down. I mean, that bit could have worked, all right. There's a lot there, so I don't need all this. This is like a lot of hunting. There's a lot of hunting around here for the odd little bit, nuggets. There's maybe a couple of bars there or something to chop out, but yeah, that's the end of it really there. So I mean, I'll go over that another day and just chop out the odd little bit that's alright. I'll do that with the earphones on, I think. It'll make it a bit easier. And there's a few little bits at the beginning. I'm not sure where, but maybe this little build here for maybe that build there for an intro or something. Yeah, and there's a couple of bits there, so that's it. I think I'm going to leave it here now and just play the last 8 bars, and then I will sayonara out in the chat box. How dare you start at the beginning? Dave, and see you laters, alligators, potatoes.